All right, when we have a simple chord progression and we don't really want to add chords to it or change the part, you know, it's hard to get out of. I mean, we don't really want to do a whole, because then we're really changing the entire structure of the song. So what we have to do is think of clever ways where we can take these chords and maintain the harmonic integrity of them and the tonality of the piece, while at the same time making it a little bit more interesting, not only for people to listen to, but certainly for us to play, because that gets pretty old after a while. So the first thing we can do is just change our position of our A and G chords. We can go up and do a voicing up here. Now here I'm not actually playing the minor, the A minor, I'm just playing the A and the E and then the A again. So my 5 chord, and then going down to my G version of that same chord on the 5th fret. And then to go from the D to the C, I can just do the same thing up here. So I'm going the D and C is I'm barring my first 2 strings on the 10th fret and my 3rd and 4th strings on the 7th fret. So that'll give us a little bit different sound, changes the texture a little bit of what we're doing. Another thing we can do is to simplify it. Rather than think about playing more chords, we can do it real open style and basically play single notes. Sometimes we think, gosh, this chord progression is so simple, we want to make it more interesting and do all these weird things, but sometimes even less is more, and we can do a... Now something like that by itself sounds, you know, pretty simple and a little silly, but when you've got it with the rhythm and the bass and the drums and perhaps vocals over there, maybe keyboard part, sometimes that's what the guitar should be doing. So it's all a matter about finding your part in there and trying to contribute to the whole song, not just necessarily doing a cool part. The other thing we can do is do interval shapes. So what I can do here is do an interval shape where I'll slide up and play my 5th string at the 7th fret and my 3rd string at the 5th fret, and basically playing off of my A minor chord, part of my A minor chord down to my G. So it's like playing intervals of a 6. We can do different interval shapes. Those work fine to the 5th fret and the 4th fret. Now I can either play these with my right hand, strumming both of these and muting the one in the middle, or I can actually pick them both individually, or I can do a hybrid picking style, which is basically playing my low note with my pick and then playing with my middle finger on that note, and that way I can get kind of a little pickup to it. And then when I go to the C and D, we can go up here and do these, which is the same thing off of my 7th fret, 4th string and 2nd string, and then down to my 5th fret, same 4th and 2nd string. That opens it up, and even though it's the same chords, and once again we could sing the same melody over it, we could play the same melody over it, we've really changed the feel of it more than the overall harmonic structure of it. Then the last thing we can do is kind of interesting, because sometimes we forget about this too, is we could literally just play this as open chords. You know, we could play something really simple. Obviously that's something a part we could do on acoustic, but we could do it with just a clean electric sound as well. Once again, don't forget to look at some of the simplest things, because on a chord progression like this, it's simple. We're not necessarily trying to do a killer guitar part. We're trying to do what's best for the song.